So coming up this week, we've got some repairs to the tank, which you'll see in a minute. Then we've got a bit more work that I've done for Cindy Vine, which involved some granite walls like this one. And then we did some 200mm pipe work in the pig pen to reduce the water levels in there and make them much happier, which I think we did. And at the end, Angie's messing about with some cabbage and fermenting things in the kitchen. Bit of alchemy, I think. Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope you had a good Christmas, good New Year's Eve, and now we're into the new year. Hope everything works out well for you. But yeah, thanks for coming back. And very busy episode this week. I've got water problems. Our tank beside the vegetable garden is leaking because I have no idea why. But as you can hear the echo, I've emptied it out of water, and I'm about to get in there and squirt some of this. I've got a few cracks in the corners which I don't think are the leak, but I think where the water comes into the pipe, I think we've got an issue there. So I've tried to slow everything down. I've drained it, like I said, it's still draining out, but it's fairly low now. So yeah, we'll get in there and give it a go. Hope my boots don't leak. Like I said, I've got hold of some of this stuff given to us by a lovely Steve. I'm pretty sure, because it's a polymer acrylic, I'm pretty sure it will go off underwater, so just give it a try a minute. I'll show you. So like I said, I'm quite pleased with that because this stuff obviously sticks underwater. As you can see, I can play with it, smooth it around, and it's actually stuck to the concrete because there's still a little bit of water running in. So yeah, you can use mastic type products as long as they're polymers or suitable for it. It's easy to tell. If this wouldn't stick here to the wall at all, if it was if you couldn't use it in water. So yeah, I've squirted an awful lot around here underneath where the pipe is. It's probably because the these are blocks of Tijolo to put the pipe in. They probably just knocked the hole through, and it was probably just a very thin skim of concrete on the surface, and it was leaking back through. There's a massive hole here, and it was leaking back through when the tank's under pressure, when it's full. So hopefully that's cured that. So in the corner here I have, well, it's just, you can see a small crack appeared. So what I'm going to do is clean it off with a wire brush. That doesn't, I just go down there. And I'll probably put the same stuff in the corner and see how that does. It's held, as you can see, very well around this pipe that I put in. So I think we're on a winner. And I'm going to use the trusty old wet finger smoothing device. As you can see, it sticks well to everything, so it should be okay. A little bit more to go in there. So there it goes. I've done a little bit in each corner, apart from this one, nothing wrong with there. So, and I am just wondering whether it is this pipe beyond here. So you can see I've dug it out a bit and exposed it. So I'll let it fill up and see if it leaks around this pipe. If so, it looks as though I may have to replace all this pipe over to behind the chicken house. But for the minute, I'll turn the water back on, which is quite easy. You do this, let that run there, but it won't run now because it's got to fill up that extra height. And then I'll go and turn the drainage tap off, and then I'll go up to the top well and turn the water on up there. So as you can see, that started running, and I've also started, I'll show you when I put some more together, but I've also started putting some of these big 200mm 8-inch pipes in. That's going to take most of the water that comes from the well. So I'll go and turn the other one on. We'll have a quick look at the well. From here, this is the top pond, obviously flowing really well. This is my pipe stopper. Hang on. And this device should stop all the water, all the weeds going down there. Except these. Let's see how that goes. As you can see, now the water's properly running, I should say. Because we're having major problems with water here now. As you can see, a full day's rain yesterday, so I'm trying to get rid of this by putting in this massive pipe which will run down the side there. I've already put in 4 lengths of it, 200mm. I've got to put a hole in the top of here for the overflow to run into, and probably a hole in the top up that end. So this fountain we got here now can run into it as well. That will stop it filling the tank so quick, because realistically the tank should be filling from the well and it's not, so we got an issue with that little hole as well. It won't take long to fill like that. What are you doing, guys? Hey? What are you doing? Look at your face! What? Really? So as you can see, we've got some coming down the outside. That was where it was overflowing. Sorted that now. Most of it should be coming out the middle of here. The problem is I'm going to have to make a channel around here, from there flowing around this corner, out of concrete blocks or something, to concrete the channel in, because I've recently discovered this here is all granite. So the reason the corner's higher here is because there's a big boulder underneath. Isn't there? Hey? Yeah. So if you can hear me over the water, what I'm going to do is drill a hole in the top of the big pipe that's running this way to put this pipe in, and I'm going to connect this one to the pipe that we can hear running in the background. So when we have a really strong flow, I can put this pipe directly bypass the tank completely. Just squeezing this to get this a bit more rounded. I'll just show you how these joints go together, just in case someone's got one fell apart. So there's a rubber in there with a conical, so it's a conical rubber, so it's got, well, conical, it slopes in that way, yeah. It's already been greased up, and not grease, I use hand soap, to be honest with you, and that just literally pushes on the pipe, like so. There. So I'll stick that end in the pipe, and that end joined to that. But first, I've got to drill the holes. So we have the overflow from the tank, which I'm going to drill a hole and put the pipe into that one first. And I'd say it's roughly going to go about where all that weed is. Let's see. By the time I get a bend on it, yeah, about there. To put you down to fix this, I think. Hang on. Right. And there you bugger. Yay. So that'll do that one. Right in the top of the pipe, so we don't get anything hanging into the flow which could cause a blockage. As you can see, we have lots of water, but also lots of foliage. What's going on here? Yeah, roots upon roots. So I think what's happened, let me see this, is this may have become blocked. Very possible, isn't it? Oh dear. Yes, I'll let's have a look at this. I think I need to rod this pipe. It should be running, obviously we've got a head of water on it, it should be running freely, so something, so the frog got in there and got stuck or something. But yeah, I'll come down and get rid of these roots as well. So I've used these to control the water level, the overflow levels, so it's a really high flow, which I suppose it is at the moment, but I can only take this end cap off and lower that, but at the moment I want it running to fill the tank again, just to test my leaks. So yeah, we've got plenty of water. So after doing some rodding, that's certainly helping the flow. It's getting faster all the time now. A bit more work for Cindy. Yeah, so what we're going to attempt to do for Cindy is fill this big hole here in with granite, try and find some timber and hang this door I cut that fits this hole, Put a piece of timber down here, a couple of hinges, and I can hang a door for her there. A little bit more work on the bathroom roof, and try and fill in this hole up here, this hole here. So there we go, mostly done. I've had to stop, run out of cement unfortunately, so I couldn't do this last little bit here and this last little bit here. But yeah, quite pleased. I think Cindy will be. And the door's on. Okay everyone, so as you can see I've pulled this big stone out of here, just stopping the pipe going back too far that way. There's another one here, so I'll remove that. I'm going to dig a channel that side and put the soil this side of the pipe so I can move the pipe over a bit, because I feel there's still a bit of water running past here, and I think it's what's running from that field through this wall, which is why the wall's washing out, and into this channel. We've still got a very slight bit of running water here, which a lot of it's going that way near the pigs, which we don't want to happen. So I'm going to dig that out and get rid of the big stones, put the soil this side of the pipe, and the pipe will move over, and hopefully that will channel the whatever water is leaching down from there. That will channel that water the other side of the pipe and down beside the pipeline as it goes out all the way down there. So as you can see here, like I suspected, I don't know if you can make it out. Yeah, this is the other side of the pipeline, and the water is draining down through the field above and leaking out through the wall. Yeah, that's happening just a little bit there, but it's a little bit all the way along the wall. So yeah, you can see it here, it's leaking underneath the pipe. So what I'll do, well, I can't do a lot, I can't control all the water everywhere, but yeah, we've had an unusual amount of rain, I must admit. So there we go, it's the best I can do. I'll backfill against this pipe now, and hopefully all the water will run down that side and not into the field. It looks like it's stopped a lot there anyway. If you look here, there's not much running here anymore, which is good. A little bit underneath it here. There you go. So, continuing the drainage for the pig pens, I need to put some more pipes in, so we've got a few here, we'll carry a couple down. Yes.
Yes.
Come on, piggies.
They're helping. See how Wilbur likes to help.
Look.
Yeah.
Not funny.
You'll get eaten by the pigs.
Not funny, is it?
Oh.
Good job it's not all wet anymore. Good job of putting drainage in things good. Okay guys, go quick demonstration really on how to fit twin wall pipe together. So I use hand soap because it's cheaper than dishwashing liquid, but this is just for lubrication, yeah? Anyway, you need to rub it around the rubber. This is the rubber on this edge of the pipe, yeah? So you get plenty around there, so it slips in nice and easy. Okay, all you need to do is just line your, I'll do it up here because it's clean-ish. Line your pipes up. I'll get that end in the water over there. Now if you look, there's an even bit of black all the way around, so that means your pipe's in line. So now we'll go to the other end. So once you've got your joint in line, nice and both pipes need to be in line with each other, yeah? The easiest way I find, a lot of people use a bar and lever it on with a bar. The problem with that is you could leave a mark in the end of your pipe. So what I like to do is really easy. A nice wide piece of wood. This may splash, but a nice wide piece of wood so it covers most of the end of the pipe. And just get a little there. A couple of taps with the sledgehammer. No damage to the end of the pipe, and the joint's been made. Everything's floating. What have you got there?
I've got a piggy wiggy.
I think she's enjoying it.
I think so. Ah. Is that nice, cinders? Ah, yes.
So there we go. Much less likely to get blocked, which it has been doing quite often. I'll get over here a minute. And all buried in. Not quite finished here yet, but cool. So you can see the ground's obviously drier here already. We're not even completing the pipeline. I've got 2 more to go on, and then I've got to do some like a wallow type of thing in the corner. But happy piggies, I think. Wilbur. Wilbur. You happy? Cindy's happy. Yeah, Cindy's happy. And Wilbur's happy too. Okay, quick recipe from the cabbage expert. So what are we doing this week?
Cabbage expert. I've got about 2 teaspoons of sauerkraut left, so I need to get some made up.
Okay.
Red cabbage. I normally use a red onion, but I've only got a white onion. I'm putting in loads of garlic, and this is some of our garlic. I'm going to use some of the stuff that's starting to sprout a bit because husband's complaining about them. So I'll put those in to be fermented with the sauerkraut. We're putting in some chili flakes, cumin seeds, mustard seeds and coriander, and the brine is going to be made out of Himalayan pink salt.
Wow.
So I shall get chopping. That's that chopped up, onto the onion. That's the onions chopped. They were quite strong. So I'm just going to put the very strong onion in with the cabbage. I'll try not to cry too much. Do excuse my sniffing. Oh gosh, these are pretty good onions. So that also goes in the bowl. I need to now go and wash my hands. Okay, and now the garlic's going to get chopped and peeled. I'm going to try to put in whole cloves because these are quite small little bits of garlic. Well, the cloves themselves are quite small on here, so it's quite nice to have them whole. And fermented garlic is really good for you as well. Okay, that's the garlic peeled. So those bits get thrown in, or somewhere near the bowl. Now to go with that, get my pestle and mortar because I'm going to put some salt in, but I'm also going to put in a teaspoon, well, a very level teaspoon of cumin.
Seeds.
Yes, dear. Mustard seeds. I'm going to put in a couple of teaspoons of these. Like so. Coriander seeds, I'm going to put in about a level teaspoon of those. And a nice lot of chilli flakes. I'll put in there, give a bit of zing to my sauerkraut. So now I need to put in some salt. Now, I see the Himalayan salt is quite large crystals, so I need to crush those up. And the onions have started to affect me again. Gosh, they're very good onions. Now, again, me being me, I don't measure much, so I should just grind these.
Wow.
So that gets sprinkled over the top. I need to do a couple more salty bits, but I can't fit all of the salt into the pestle and mortar, or into the pestle mortar. I can't remember which one's which.
It's a mortar and pestle.
So that's the mortar.
That's the mortar. That's the pestle.
I learn something every day.
There you go. I have no idea why they called that, but there you go. So lots of salt then?
Yes, because it draws out the water from the vegetables. It creates the... trying to think what the word is now, because I'm about to sneeze.
Environment?
Yes, for the sauerkraut to do its stuff. I've got no idea what I'm talking about.
Right, it creates the environment for the sauerkraut to do its stuff. There you go. All the technical words involved.
All I know is that I throw salt on top of this, leave it jowdle for a bit, shove it in my kilner jar, and leave it on the side to ferment.
Right, there you go.
And that's it. Right, so that's the last of the salt. Now it's about 100 grams of salt that I put in.
For a whole red cabbage and
Yeah.
a big onion.
So it sounds a lot, but this makes the brine that creates the... I think it's an anaerobic process for everything. So now's the time to get mucky. So I need to give this a stir. Just to try to get a little bit of coating on nearly everything. It's already I don't know if you can see how glistening it all is, but that's the salt reacting and making the water come out of the vegetables. So and what I also do, because obviously I get a lot of the salt and the spicy things on my hands, and we do have to add water to this to create the brine solution, I'll quickly rinse my hands off under the sink with the bowl underneath so they get all the the bits and pieces back into the bowl.
Oh.
There's only a quick splash because this will create quite a lot of water. Okay, so put my bowl in the sink, say salty chili hands, just give it a very quick rinse just to get those bits off. Now this will shrink down quite a lot from there. Quite often if I do a big batch I'll have 2 bowls and they look huge, but they'll shrink right down because of all the water coming out of the vegetables. So we'll come back to that in a little bit. Okay, this has been sitting in the salty solution for a little bit now. So you can see it's reduced down quite a bit. So now I'm going to transfer this into here. So here goes, she says, hopefully. It's,
Without making a mess at all.
yeah, that's
Easy
the
stuff.
idea. So we squidge it down as we go, just to make sure there's no big gaps. Use some expert squidging down, you can get it all in. Right, it needs to be squashed down nicely, and then I need to top it up with some more water. So this will sit on the counter here, but I always put it in a tray because fermentation is going to take place, and there is a possibility of this bubbling out. Even though this has got the seal on it, it could come through. So what you do every day, you burp it. So that's just literally a case of opening that up. Does a little burp, and then we can close them back down again. So there, sauerkraut done.
Okay everyone, that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Our first one of the new year, and was that right?
Yep.
Yeah, I have no idea what day it is. First one of the new year, and yeah. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and ring that little notification bell. And also, I'll be uploading some videos, 2 or 3 this week, to our Nick's Tips, which is in our playlist. You saw the video about it, I hope, earlier, so go for it. And yeah, send me some comments if you want a tip on anything that I could possibly do. I'll have a go at it.
Yeah. Hoovering.
Not hoovering though. Bye, see you next time.
Bye.